On the African scene in Sudan, its paramilitary rapid support force, the RSF, launched a deadly assault on the Abu Shuk displacement camp near El Fasher, North Darfur on Monday, killing at least 40 civilians and injuring 19 others, according to local rights group and eyewitness report. The attack has drawn widespread condemnation from humanitarian and activist networks who warn it marks a dangerous escalation in the ongoing civil war and deepens the already dire humanitarian crisis in the region. The camp, which shelters approximately 450,000 people, many of whom have already fled previous waves of violence, has been reportedly and repeatedly targeted since conflict erupted between the RSF and Sudanese armed forces in April 2023. The most recent assault is one of the bloodiest incidents recorded in recent months, underscoring the impunity with which armed groups continue to operate across the region. According to the emergency response rooms, local monitoring groups, RSF fighters stormed residential sections of the camp on August 11th, yesterday Monday, attacking residents inside their homes. The resistance committees in El Fasher, a prominent grassroots activist network, condemned the assault in a statement on social media, calling it a horrific violation against innocent, defenseless people. Independent verification from Yale University's Humanitarian Research Lab, the HRL, supported witness accounts with satellite imagery revealing the presence of approximately 40 RSF vehicles concentrated in the camp's northwest sector at the time of the attack. The United Nations and international humanitarian agencies have not yet commented publicly on the incident, but relief workers warn the situation is deteriorating rapidly. Billions across Sudan, particularly in Darfur, are facing extreme food insecurity, with famine looming due to persistent conflict, disrupted aid delivery, and the targeting of civilian infrastructure. This is not just a war between armed factions, it is a war on civilians, said one aid worker operating near El Fasher, speaking on condition of anonymity due to safety concerns. Now, what happened in Abu Shuk is part of a pattern: terrorizing displaced people, blocking humanitarian access, and breaking the spirit of communities trying to survive. Since the outbreak of the war in 2023, over 10 million people have been displaced across Sudan, with North Darfur bearing a significant portion of the burden. El Fasher, the last major city in the region under Sudanese armed forces control, has become a focal point in the conflict, with RSF forces attempting to seize control. International human rights organizations are calling for an immediate investigation into the Abu Shuk massacre and renewed pressure on the warring parties to allow humanitarian corridors. Without urgent intervention, observers warn that the region could face one of the worst man-made famines of the decade. Well, as the war grinds on with no signs of resolution, the people of Abu Shuk and millions like them remain trapped in the crossfire, facing violence, hunger, and displacement with dwindling hope.